If you've ever started your morning feeling tired, heavy, foggy, or irritated before you even fully opened your eyes, then this message is going to change your entire day, because most people don't realize that the first 30 seconds after waking up are the most important 30 seconds of their whole morning. And what you do inside that tiny window determines your mood, your energy, your focus, and even your confidence for the rest of the day. But nobody teaches us this. Nobody explains how fragile the brain is during those first moments, or how quickly it snaps into whatever emotional pattern we hand it. So most people wake up and immediately fall into stress, distraction, noise, or mental clutter without ever knowing they're sabotaging their own happiness before they even get out of bed. Yet there is a simple 30-second habit, yes, just 30 seconds, that can flip your system, boost your dopamine, lower your anxiety, and create instant emotional clarity. And once you understand how it works, you will never start your day the old way again. Imagine this. Your alarm rings, your eyes open, your brain is in its softest, most impressionable state, almost like wet cement, easily shaped but only for a short moment. But instead of reaching for your phone or sinking into dread, you perform a short ritual that resets your nervous system, wakes up your body, and gives your mind a sense of direction. And in that moment, you shift from being pulled through the day to actually leading the day, which is exactly what this 30-second morning habit does. I learned this after watching a friend, let's call him Alex, struggle for years with unmotivated mornings. Every day, he woke up exhausted, already overwhelmed, and before he even stepped out of bed, his brain was drowning in thoughts, notifications, worries, and noise. He wasn't weak, he wasn't lazy, he was simply doing what most people do, starting his morning in survival mode without even realizing it. Then something changed. One morning he forced himself to sit up immediately, plant his feet on the floor, stretch his arms upward, and take one deep inhale followed by a long, slow exhale. And in that single moment, something shifted inside him. He felt awake for the first time in months, calm but energized, present but powerful. And he didn't stop there. He whispered a short cue sentence. "Today I lead my day." And what shocked him was how instantly different he felt. That was his switch moment. The 30-second moment that changed everything. And that's exactly what you're about to create for yourself. Because the truth is, you don't need an hour-long morning routine. You don't need meditation. You don't need journaling. You don't need motivation. You just need 30 seconds of intentional activation that signals your nervous system, your physiology, and your mindset to work together instead of against you. The habit goes like this. The moment you wake up, you either sit up or stand up. No scrolling, no thinking, no stress. And you take one slow breath, inhaling through your nose, holding briefly, and then exhaling for twice as long. Because when the exhale is longer than the inhale, your brain immediately reduces cortisol and shifts into a calmer, clearer state. Most people breathe shallow in the morning, telling their body, "We're stressed." But this breath does the opposite, flipping the internal switch from chaos to control. Next, for 10 seconds, you stretch your arms upward, not lazily but intentionally, as if you're expanding your entire body into the day ahead. That stretch activates your posture, boosts blood flow, increases alertness, and breaks the physical tension that most people wake up with. Then the final 10 seconds, you say a cue sentence out loud, something short like, "Today I move forward," or "I choose energy," or "I'm in control," because your brain responds to your voice more powerfully than any thought. And when you speak a direction, your mind follows it. That's it. 10 seconds of breath, 10 seconds of stretch, 10 seconds of intention, 30 seconds total. But the shift is huge, because instead of waking up in mental fog, you wake up in authority. And if you think something this simple can't be powerful, remember this. Athletes have warm-up rituals. Performers center themselves before stepping on stage. Successful leaders guard their morning routines like treasure, not because these things take hours, but because they shape the mental state that shapes everything else. The science is simple too. When you wake up, your brain is in theta state, which means it absorbs whatever emotional tone you give it. And this 30-second sequence hits all three systems that regulate happiness: the nervous system through breath, the physical body through posture, and the cognitive mind through intentional wording. So instead of falling into a bad mood, you're choosing your mood. But here's where most people fail. They try a habit once, feel good, then forget it. But the secret to making this automatic is what I call the momentum rule, which means the first thing you do in the morning must be this habit. Not your phone, not worrying, not rushing, this and only this. Because your first action sets the direction for your whole day. Put a sticky note on your nightstand, set a reminder in your alarm label, or write it on your bathroom mirror, but make sure your brain can't ignore it. And here's something almost nobody talks about. After your 30-second ritual, you must protect the next 60 seconds. Do not grab your phone. Do not check messages. Do not throw yourself back into stress. Because the emotional state you just created needs 1 minute, just one, to lock into your nervous system. If you break that with notifications, you lose most of the benefits. This is the part people skip, and skipping it destroys the entire transformation, because you cannot expect your brain to reset if you immediately drown it in noise. So give yourself 1 quiet minute, nothing dramatic, just stillness, breathing, grounding, letting the mind settle into clarity. And once you start doing this daily, even for a week, you'll feel the shift. You'll wake up more grounded and less reactive. You'll feel energized instead of drained. Your thoughts will be clearer, your stress lower, your motivation higher, and your sense of control stronger. You'll stop stumbling into your day and start stepping into it with purpose. You'll realize that you don't need a perfect routine to change your life. You just need a powerful moment, a switch that flips your brain out of survival mode and into creation mode. And that's exactly what this 30-second habit is. A daily reset button, a moment of intention that transforms the entire morning. Every morning you have 2 choices. Wake up and fall into your day, or wake up and lead your day. And the difference between the two is not an hour-long ritual, but a few seconds of awareness. So tomorrow morning, when your alarm rings, resist the urge to grab your phone, resist the old autopilot, and choose instead to take a breath, stretch tall, speak your cue, protect your silence, and watch how fast your energy rises, how quickly your clarity returns, how naturally your mood lifts. Because once you change your mornings, you change your days. And once you change your days, your entire life begins transforming. You're not just waking up. You're waking up with intention, with direction, with power. And that is how 30 seconds becomes the foundation for your happiness. Not someday, not eventually, but instantly, starting tomorrow morning. For more videos, subscribe to Knownsense.